Critics banned this Twilight Zone episode from airing for good reason. I thought I'd seen every Twilight Zone twist. Then I found the episode they quietly pulled, and I genuinely didn't expect that. It wasn't just creepy, it crossed a line people weren't ready for. Let me explain. When you hear the Twilight Zone, you probably think of clever endings, eerie music, maybe a moral wrapped in sci-fi. That's what I thought too. But there's one episode, The Encounter, that didn't just unsettle people. It made networks uncomfortable enough to stop airing it. Yeah, that surprised me. The story itself feels simple at first. Two men, one attic, a quiet afternoon. You've got an American veteran, played by Neville Brand, and a young Japanese-American man, played by George Takei. Nothing dramatic, yet. But then they find a samurai sword. And this is where things shift. I remember thinking, okay, it's just another symbolic object, right? No. The sword almost feels alive. It starts pulling things out of them. Not physically, but emotionally. Memories, anger, guilt. And suddenly, this isn't just a conversation. It's a confrontation. Here's the part that hit me. The episode digs straight into World War II trauma. Not gently, not metaphorically hidden. Direct. Uncomfortable. You start hearing accusations, confessions. Things neither man wants to admit but can't hold back anymore. And honestly, it feels less like fiction and more like something too real. I didn't expect that from this show. Now, imagine watching this in the early 1960s. Television back then wasn't exactly known for handling topics like racial tension and war guilt so openly. And this episode, it didn't soften anything. That's why CBS eventually pulled it. For decades, it just disappeared. Not officially banned forever, but close enough that most people never even knew it existed. What really stayed with me isn't just what happens, it's how it feels. There's no safe distance, no comforting resolution. By the end, you're just sitting there, kind of uneasy, replaying everything. And I remember thinking this isn't the kind of episode you forget. And here's something else. George Takei later spoke about it, saying the story touched on real experiences of discrimination and identity, especially for Japanese Americans after the war. That context changes everything. It's not just a script anymore. It's personal. I think that's the real reason it disappeared for so long. Not because it was bad, but because it was too honest, at a time when honesty like that made people uncomfortable. And honestly, watching it now feels different. We're used to heavier topics on screen today. We expect shows to go there. But back then, this episode didn't just go there. It stayed there. I keep thinking about that attic. Two people. One moment, everything unraveling. No monsters, no aliens, just truth. And somehow, that made it one of the most unsettling stories the Twilight Zone ever told.